Hey guys, it's heyteacherraf@gmail.com. Click subscribe and see more tidbits like this. I just wanted to let you know I've been teaching with VIPKID. It's a company that teaches Chinese kids ESL, English as a second language, for 700 days. Yep, almost up to my 2-year anniversary coming right up. So I want to let you know I have taught 5,200 major courses and trials combined and 6,372 total classes. What does that mean? It includes supplementary courses. I have had a total of 2,172 students, so I've been very fortunate. I have many regulars that come by, some of them every week, some of them every day, some of them once a month, some of them once a quarter. So you never can tell. I have a bunch of different props. One prop I really like is my little fox. Why do I like the fox? Because its tail squeaks. So if I have students who are misbehaving or are distracted or unfocused or kind of fall off the radar, I just squeak, and I try to get them right back in. My favorite level to teach for a long time, it was level 4, and I stuck to that level for a long time, over a year. But recently I went up to level 5, 6, and 7, and I will have to say that level 7 is my favorite. I was kind of taken back by it in the beginning. I was, let's say, intimidated because it was such a comprehensive and complex type of level. It's a lot of reading, comprehension, and critical thinking, and many times the teacher will have to read something towards the end for the student in order to make the timetable. Level 7 classes are usually 58 minutes long with a 10-minute break in between, which I was not for teaching a 50 or 58-minute class. I try to avoid that as long as I could, but then I decided to give it a shot. Actually, I didn't even know that level 7 was going to be that long until I got into it, and then I realized what I got myself into, and I thought, wow, okay, well, I better start prepping and looking at props and looking at pacing. But once I started teaching that level, I just really enjoy it. It's really fun, and you get a lot of higher level students that you can actually have a conversation with or ask questions, and they are replying with an authentic answer instead of just replying in order to practice their sentence structure. So I do like level 7, but I do like level 4 probably because I have a lot of regulars in level 4 that I just look forward to teaching. It's really kind of a fun kind of thing. Secondary rewards, I usually just use a fish. I think a fish is kind of fun because I can use it on camera many different ways. Like I can ask them, do you eat fish? Do you like fish? Look, it's a fish. Do you like to go fishing? Here's a fish. And then fish is an aquatic animal. It ties into some of the lessons. Um, Teach a person to fish and they'll never starve. Goes back to that saying. So I like the fish. My favorite supplementary course is grammar, believe it or not. When that course first came out, I jumped at the chance to be certified in it. And when I was certified in it, I kid you not, I had a very heavy schedule for Friday and Saturdays. I taught between 19 and 24 classes each day. And sometimes I had the majority of my classes were grammar. I remember my first week teaching grammar, and I kid you not, I taught the exact same class because all of these new students were signing up for grammar, and I was one of the first teachers to get certified. So I was teaching the entry level, the number 111 of grammar, and I must have taught 22 grammar classes back to back to back to back in my first, whatever it was, 24 hours or 32 hours. And I really loved it, but after the 17th class, consecutively the same class, I was like, okay, yeah, I need a little bit of variety, but still, grammar is my favorite. Why is that? I think the way that they set up, the way they designed that program, the whole grammar level or course or supplementary course, and all of the different branches that kind of have evolved to make up that course. It's just really fun. There's a lot of variety in grammar. There are pictures. There's a time when you can stop and think of words that start with certain letters and pronunciations, and then there's a reading section in the middle, and then the extension part is so long that if you're running too fast, you can burn right into that extension. I love that. I love the fact that it has such a deep extension, because sometimes you'll get a student that's so far ahead of the curve that you really need that extra coursework, and you have a lot of multiple choice, you have a lot of, draw the line, you have a lot of movement, like you can drag and drop words. There's so much variety with the grammar, with the lessons, that I love it. It's so fun. It doesn't get boring. It's not stagnant. And the student likes it. The teacher likes it. And that makes for a very fun and kind of interactive back and forth. And it makes the class kind of fly by, actually. It's a pleasure to teach. You should try it. So I've only been on YouTube for a little bit longer than a month. I started late January, I believe the 25th of January 2020. So it's probably been about 6 weeks or so. I started because I enrolled in this course that kind of helps you and prompts you and motivates you to create a brand for your teaching and kind of branch out, create an Instagram, a Facebook, and a YouTube, and whatever else, a website, and sort of introduce the world to your teaching and to who you are and why you got into teaching and what else you're passionate about. And so I really like my YouTube channel, and it's kind of fun because I've been able to include my passion for music and my passion for art, and sort of allow that to intermix with my teaching videos. And also, I have stories that sometimes I want to relate to my audience, and so I kind of upload those too, true stories. So it's fairly new, and so I've been trying to create as many videos as possible, just because I've had a lot of great ideas that I've enjoyed putting together and then sharing with my audience. But perhaps that'll slow down if my ideas slow down. But so far, it's been fun. I'm in a different group as well where we're creating YouTube videos together. So that's helped a lot because it's motivated me, and it's given me ideas, and it's given me ways to look at the filming and the editing part a little differently. So it's kind of fun. My goal, I think, is to connect with as many teachers as I can and share music, really, and just be creative with it. I think teaching is incredible. It's an incredible opportunity because it's a very healthy sort of field to be in, as long as you don't overdo it and you keep balance in mind, which is hard for everyone. I understand, it's the real world. But I think that sharing my passion for music, that's a big deal. Even though I'm not producing music myself, uh, sharing other people's music, as long as they're fine with it, I think it's a big plus for me. And that's a big goal, because just like sharing teaching tips or sharing anything with people, it's kind of fun, right? So I think that's the only goal. Well, since I've only began about 6 weeks ago, the only thing I can say that I've improved on is perhaps adding music to my channel and adding maybe some sound effects here and there. I've just started doing that, but I really love that part, and I want that part to kind of take off. The YouTube channels that have found me so far, I mean, besides my teacher group that I'm actually in right now, which we're all supporting one another, subscribing to each other, and inspiring one another, and complimenting each other's work, and giving each other ideas. But besides that teacher group, which I'm so thankful for being in, because if I wasn't in that group, I would have not made the channel, and I wouldn't have uploaded any videos or content at all. It's very motivating for me. So that's been a really big help. But also, because I'm a huge music fan and I have sort of a background in promotions and so forth in the music business, um, I have been able to attract some music channels that have just come by and just stated, like giving me a thumbs up or an attaboy or keep it going or good job, just giving me a compliment and trying to get me to subscribe to their channel because they've got like 50,000 subscribers already. So I don't mind subscribing to them, but I always try to tell them, subscription for subscription, make it fair. If I could have one wish, what would it be? Wow, that's a very complex question, isn't it? We all wish for so many different things, but I think that I would wish. Uh, it's a tricky thing. Do you use your wish for the sake of others, or do you use your wish for your own sake, or do you use your wish for your family's sake? It's a tricky question. I think that I would wish to have a career that could both benefit people and myself simultaneously. So if that's teaching, or if that's music, or if that's writing stories and getting them seen by others, hey, so be it.